Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. So we're heading into the Security Council for an important discussion on, first of all, on South Sudan and a renewal of the mandate. Really important from Ireland's perspective. We know that this renewal will reinforce the protection of civilians on the ground. It will assist in supporting the peace agreement. Very important element in it on humanitarian assistance and human rights. So a package of real support to the people of South Sudan who need it most now. And so looking forward to that mandate being renewed this morning.
No, a question on Ukraine.
Sure.
The Russian ambassador just said that he had given up on the humanitarian resolution and that Russia now will be proposing their own. Do you think there's any chance for a resolution coming out of the Security Council on humanitarian aid?
Look, I never give up on discussion on humanitarian assistance. It's our middle name in terms of Ireland's vocation at the Security Council. We had been working in the last few weeks with France and Mexico, who of course have consulted us on the basis of a draft resolution, and they're moving that into the General Assembly, where we saw recently enormous support from the House as a whole for this current situation in Ukraine, and particularly a deploring of Russian aggression on the ground. We know that Ukrainian people, hundreds and thousands of Ukrainian people, are in a dire humanitarian situation. Support for that humanitarian situation is absolutely in our interests, all our interests, and we will work very hard on that. I haven't seen any Russian proposal, but just to repeat, Ireland's concern is to make sure that the causes of the humanitarian crisis are also taken into account as we address what is a dire situation on the ground in Ukraine. I also, while I may, we in the Council this morning will be talking about Yemen, and there we have another extraordinarily serious humanitarian situation, a five-fold increase in famine-like conditions on the ground in Yemen. So it's unconscionable that the people of Yemen find themselves in this, it's senseless, but it also now seems to be an endless conflict that they're involved in. So I'll be very anxious to hear this morning again from Hans Grunberg about progress he's making at a political level. Major General Beery, Irish head of UNMAHA, will speak also, I hope, to the work underway on the ground, importantly in securing the area he works in out of data.
So once you see the Russian resolution draft, would there be any option to go for it, as well as the one in the General Assembly?
Look, I mean, first of all, Ireland works on all aspects of this to bring an end to this conflict, this war in Ukraine. There's no veto in the General Assembly. That's an important element to take into consideration. We will work on the aspects of the text if our Russian colleagues consult us, of course. And then, as we always do at the Security Council, Ireland speaks clearly and directly. And if our views are taken into account, taken into concern as we work on this, of course, we'll be happy to engage. The important thing is right now, I think, that we saw the result in the General Assembly, where you have no veto and where you have the broad body of opinion in this House calling this war in Ukraine for what it is, an act of aggression by the Russian Federation, and calling for humanitarian support for the people in Ukraine. Thanks.
Thank you.